worry about, well, that's a Green Arrow villain. Why is he over there? Well, because he works over there. You know, they get to split up the villains kind of equally then. All right, number 10. What can Jean do again?
Is that really a question? Like, did we forget?
I don't forget, but I really like Martian Manhunter. So to me, I don't forget.
Didn't we just see him shapeshift?
Yeah.
I mean, do we just need to watch him run from fire every week?
I guess so. They're arguing that Jean's powers are surprisingly still a bit undefined and change depending on the situation. For example, in season 1, he totally mind wipes Maxwell Lord's guard, but cannot read Rick Malvern's mind in season 2. Martians are supposedly one of the strongest telepathic races, but he can't go up against Psi. He has super strength and can fly, but he hasn't helped Kara with Rain. They're claiming that these are plot holes, but honestly, sometimes superheroes are incapable of doing things. Lo and behold, like, that's the reason Psi is so powerful. And it's not going to be comic accurate, because otherwise, what's the point of even bringing her in?
Yeah.
You know?
I think the better question would have been like, where's Hank's dad?
What's he doing?
I mean, they got the apartment together. We haven't seen him.
Yeah, where is he?
Yeah.
Now he's just locked up in a different room?
Yes, he is.
With his brown water?
With his brown water.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, he's just going to be drinking a lot of hot chocolate, hanging out in the apartment, looking out over the city. That's it. I don't know. What's Papa Jones doing? Jones. How many surviving Kryptonians are out there? I gotta disagree. I don't think that's a plot hole. I think that is room for more world building and more exploration into the mysteries of Kara's origin. You know, I mean, we know a lot about where she came from.
I think...
But we don't know everything.
When you start putting numbers on it, then you start getting into that thing of now we're counting down and now you're locked in.
Yeah.
That if somehow along the way in season 1 you said, oh, we know for a fact that there was only 14 remaining Kryptonians in all of the universe.
Yeah. Well, and then you set yourself in this little box. And from there, the only option for any twist or newness is just, oh my God, we found out there was one more that we didn't account for.
They had a baby.
Yeah. I mean, it's just, that becomes cheesy. That becomes restrictive. And why do you want to restrict your writers like that? I think a lot of people have an issue with needing to know and needing definitive parameters on their franchises that they love. And that's just unnecessary. You don't need every question answered. Sometimes it's nice to have a question go unanswered so that it leaves the audience thinking and going, I wonder. And then you have room to play with it later if you want to. Or if not, guess what? Not every tiny detail is relevant to the story.
Yeah. And like you said, sometimes those endings are the ones that we can sit here and argue about 10 years later, like Inception.
Yeah.
You know, was it real or was it fake? Did the totem fall? Do we know?
What they're trying to do is be thought-provoking and get your minds actually working and making you use your brain.
Yeah.
That's not allowed.
Yeah. No one gets to use their brains.
Not anymore.
All right. Lyra, Wynn's ex-lady.
We had that question.
Yeah, we did have that question.
And to be fair, I wish that we had gotten some sort of answer about, hey, what happened to her? Did they break up? What happened? Blah, blah, blah. Like, how did that go down? So I will kind of agree. That is a little bit of a plot hole. That's a little bit of an untied loose end. But that's not gonna, I don't know, deter me from anything else in the show.
Yeah.
Where is Superman exactly? Guys, haven't we been over this? Screen Rant. Haven't we been over this? He's doing his own thing in Metropolis. And guess what? While Rain is a major threat to National City and potentially the world, at the same time, there are larger threats out there. There are things like Doomsday out there. And Superman is generally working with the Justice League to do that, or on his own in this world, you know, like, we don't know, but he's generally, he fights these big baddies, and some of them are on planets away from Earth. Like, he's not always there. And if Kara called on Superman every time she had a big bad and she didn't quite know how to defeat them yet, what's even the point of having a Supergirl show?
Exactly.
There's no point. You call in the big guns when it's a really, really, really big deal and you've lost everyone and you cannot even fathom moving forward on your own. They can still find a way to beat Rain. Yeah. This isn't over, you know? Like,